welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. So I may have stumbled across a cheaper alternative to the DJI audio adapter. For Australia, that adapter retails at around $70 plus $35 postage and packaging if you buy it directly from DJI. So the DJI audio adapter has an input for audio and for power, and this gizmoid I've got on the side of my helmet does the same thing basically. So it has a power and a audio input, but it's much cheaper. So I'll go into more detail of what the actual device I've got, but how does it sound for one? A Purple Panda mic is plugged into it. I also have a little attenuator, I think they call them. Basically something to control the voice or the gain of the volume of the audio going in, so it doesn't spike too much. I've also got this -6 on the Osmo Action 5. Yes, I have an Osmo Action 5. There's a big story behind getting the 4 and the 5, but I won't go into that. This will only work as well with the DJI Osmo Action 4 going forwards, not 3 going backwards. So I was looking online about some time ago, looking to buy one of these audio adapters from DJI, and realised that they were quite expensive for what they do. Basically it has 2 inputs, as I've mentioned, an audio and a power input, and for $69 plus postage and packaging, you're talking what, nearly around about the $100 mark, just over, if you bought it directly from DJI. You possibly can get them cheaper with postage and packaging included, but I haven't seen them as yet. So I started looking for an alternative, and I came across, and I won't mention the product as yet, I'm not sponsored, this isn't a plug for this company, it's purely what I've bought. So you'll see a little bit more when we're in the garage, and I'll show you how I've got things set up as well with it. But I thought I'd give it a go, and it works, and it works well. I can tell you that I actually paid 35 Australian dollars for it, and I think that's money well spent really. So half the price of the audio adapter from DJI. I think it's called a Logic. I bought that at one of my local electronic stores, like I say, for $35, and I'm quietly impressed with it actually. So I just thought I'd just put it out there just to see if anybody wants to save some money and look at purchasing this product really, or something similar. I'd be interested to know actually if people have actually bought that audio adapter from DJI and what their thoughts are from that, for their use of it, and even compared to what you're hearing now on this video from this alternative. If this is the first time you've seen anything of this channel and myself, looking out to the left here is the Indian Ocean. This is a really cruisy drive any time of the day basically. It's lovely. Why would you want to rush along this road, eh, when you've got that to look out on? Beautiful. So yes, I've actually recently purchased, having had 2 Osmo Action 3s, I've upgraded to a 4, which is what you're looking at me, and a 5 that you're looking out onto the road now. I had a real nightmare actually getting these, but I don't really want to go into detail. It would sound probably very negative. It would sound like I'm a DJI basher. I've got nothing against DJI. I just don't like their customer service and how they go about things, and I'll leave it there. How do? And I'm actually quietly surprised with the Osmo Action 5 as well. I did a lot of research before buying it. There's quite a fair bit of negativity towards the Osmo Action 5 Pro, as it's called. I was a little bit fearful of people complaining that it was actually too HDR looking. I'm quietly confident, actually. I've only done 2 videos with this Osmo 5, but it's, as far as I've seen so far, very good. It doesn't seem to be too garish or glarish in the sky and things like trees, as you roll past trees and other things. Things don't look to be too brash in that respect. It actually does a good job giving it a high dynamic range without making it look too contrasty. That's my opinion, and that's what I think it looks like. It looks pretty good to me. I've actually purchased this Osmo Action 5 about 4 or 5 months after its launch. I think there's been 2 updates since launch, and they've looked to fix a couple of things as well. One problem with or complaints of the product from customers was that DJI made a big thing about having, I don't know, 4 hours on one battery recording time, and they seem to get to that level. Basically, the bit rate, I know this sounds technical if people aren't technically minded, but the bit rate basically makes the resolution better or worse. It had a lower bit rate which made the resolution look worse, and people complained of how the quality of the footage was not very good. So DJI in their updates fixed that, so the bitrate you see now is actually set to high. Right then, well, let's get into the garage and have a look at this product that I've been talking about, being not so much the Osmo Action 5 or 4, but more so this thing at the side of my head. So if you're still interested, check this out.
So this is the gizmo I was talking about here, which is the A-Logic USB-C power adapter combo. There's 2 inputs here. At the top is my audio, beneath it is the power adapter. So for the power here, this is a straightforward USB-A, which then just connects to one of these straightforward USB-A chargers. So depending on what you have and how long that power adapter can last, you'd have multiple hours of powering your Osmo Action 4 or 5 by this method. So you'll see also there's another wire coming out here that actually goes into the camera. So it's one source for entry into that camera, with then split adapters at the back of it. And I've also added a little L bracket type USB-C power adapter here, just so it looks neater when it goes into the camera, rather than that wire extending out and sticking into the camera. That actually makes it look a lot neater. And that's basically it. It's a very simple, for me anyhow, setup. I don't think it looks that messy as such. I mean, it looks maybe a little bit more cumbersome because I've got my Cardo here as well. But overall, it's just stuck by Velcro to the back of this connector. And I think overall, it looks pretty neat and it's functional for what I need it for. I'm about to set on another longish trip, an overnighter with a friend of mine. It's not the Iron Butt Challenge, if you've seen any of those videos. It's actually just a follow on from that, basically. We're just going to try and actually complete that journey. Not within the 24 hours. This is just over 2 days. So we're going to go down to Albany, across to Margaret River, and making our way back home. And that would take us overnight. So I want to be able to film for a long duration, and this method should work perfectly. Alright, back to that dude on the motorcycle.
So what do you think to that setup then? I actually think it's good. It doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look too untidy. That DJI adapter, the audio adapter, sticks out further than what you see from my camera. You see an additional, what, centimetre or so, maybe 1.5 centimetres of plastic. This looks a lot neater in my mind. Then again, people might not like additional things stuck to the side of their helmet, so it's horses for courses, I suppose. Like I said, this is good to me. It feels good for me. So what I've got is, if you see a lead running off down the side and into my jacket, which is in here somewhere, is a power pack, and that's charging the Osmo Action as I run. So I could be, depending on what SD card I have in, I could be hours before I need to actually change power, basically. So I could do a really long run and record in one hit and work from that. So that's ideal. And also obviously I have the audio, the other input for the audio for the mic. So this setup works really well for me. I'm happy with it. Like I say, there's other products that are very similar to this, so it's not just one product does all. You do have choices, and yeah, shop around. Like I mentioned, I bought mine for $35, which is not a lot of money, and it's a damn sight cheaper than the audio adapter that DJI offer. So I'm putting out an alternative, or alternatives out there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been of some interest to somebody. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. If you've enjoyed watching this video and maybe another one or two, hit the subscribe button. That really helps as well. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. I'll do. I'm going to make my way back home. So thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.